Hi, Taurus. I'm Ronique and welcome to Scorpio Soul Time. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to your mid-January through mid-February career reading for 2025. This is where we're going to look at your finances, your job. Where is it you need to level up in 2025? Whether you are trying to climb the corporate ladder, possibly branch out on your own, this is the reading for you. Now, Taurus, we are here in mid-January. We have the nodes moving into Pisces and Virgo within a few weeks here. We also have the Sun conjunct Pluto and Aquarius, as well as Jupiter and Uranus both move direct in Taurus and Gemini. We also have Venus and Mercury entering Pisces in February, and we have a lunar new year of the wood snake. So much going on, Taurus. I think your big news is going to be that Uranus moving direct in your sign, especially will affect your career. So let's see what Spirit has in store for you. You start off mid-January with the Nine of Wands in the reverse. Look at that, as well as the Eight of Wands. Get the camera going there. Eight of Wands in the upright. Last week of January finds you with the Page of Swords. Not quite sure what's going on with my camera and why it's taking so long to adjust, but we'll let it have some time here. You also have the Three of Cups in the reverse. Now we move into February with the World card. So lots going on with you at the beginning of February, major arcana there, as well as the Four of Wands. So you come into February with some really nice energy, possibly some new starts and endings. And mid-February finds you with the Two of Pentacles, as well as the Six of Cups in the reverse. So nice to see that by the mid-February here, it looks like you all will be having some type of important money decision, possibly being brought to you from a family member or someone that you know from the past, possibly an old colleague or boss. So let's ask Spirit to send you a card representing the energy that you bring into this time. This would be maybe December or the beginning of January. What is that energy that Taurians bring into this time? You have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So I think this is interesting because the Ace of Pentacles in the upright usually points towards some type of new information around a money source coming in, possibly a job offer, a gift of some type of resource or abundance. With it in reverse, this is suggesting, Taurus, that you all have been waiting on this maybe back from 2024 and it didn't fruition. Many of you all could have turned in job applications that you haven't heard back from. I do think that Uranus moving direct in your sign by the time we get to the end of January is going to be really benefic for you, and I think you're going to be able to turn this upright. So I think that is a really good sign for you. All right, let's go ahead and pull an oracle message card. Spirit, if you can send my Taurians an oracle message card representing a message for this career reading mid-January through mid-February. And you have renewal. Archangel Jeremiah says, revive and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. So for many of you all, Taurus, I do think, like I said, with that Uranus moving direct, many of you all will be choosing a different path than where you have been. Some of you can be moving on to a new career or job source. I do think that at the midpoint of February, you're definitely going to be thinking about talking to some people that you trust, possibly making some decisions of which way to go with your career. So I'm glad to see that Archangel Jeremiah came up, because I did feel that somewhere here where you're coming to an end in February, there is some kind of information that's going to come through. So let's go week by week, see what else comes through from Spirit. So we're going to start here actually at January 19th when the sun enters Aquarius. So during this time, I do think that many of us, January 19th, January 21st, when the sun is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, this is karmic events that could occur. Many of you all are having lots of information going on right now, especially with this placement in Aquarius. You all, fixed signs, you, Scorpio, Leo, and who am I leaving out? Anytime I try to do them all together, I get confused. So Aquarius, Leo, Scorpio, and you, all of you all could be experiencing really big information overload here. I do think many of you all are trying to move on from all this information or onslaught of info, but I think Mercury entering Aquarius on January 27th is going to help you all figure out where all of this information is coming from and how to use it in a more productive way. For many of you all, that Mercury enters Aquarius is going to be a really big time for conversations with groups of people, possibly around your job, possibly around connecting with others for networking events. So keep that in mind, that first or actually the second half of January. Now, by the time we're getting to the end of January, after Mercury enters Aquarius, we now have, let's see, on the 28th, Venus enters its retrograde shadow. That could be a relationship focus, but I do see something here among you having possibly conversations with people that are not going the way that you anticipated, and some type of information could come from a group of people. Now, I'm not saying that this is gossip, but it does sound like it's like people whispering, people talking. And it does feel like around that Aquarius new moon on the 29th, when we have that Lunar New Year, as well as the moon's north node moves into Pisces, south node into Virgo on the 29th. This time feels like something is coming to an end. Some kind of conversations lead you to some kind of truth, possibly, especially with Mercury conjunct Pluto in Aquarius on the 29th. And then the day later, Uranus goes direct in Taurus in your sign. And I do feel like somewhere here, you're finding some kind of clarity, or someone in your group, possibly colleagues, possibly clients, you get wind of some type of information that pushes you into a new direction, possibly pushes you into a different job, causing you to leave a job, or maybe people in your group or circumference of friends or colleagues leaves a position. So don't be surprised if once Uranus moves direct in Taurus, you start seeing people reevaluate their career goals. And I do think by the time we move into February, this is really beautiful energy for you, Taurus. This Four of Wands and the World card, there's something happy here after you make this decision about clarity. You decide to go in a different direction. February 3rd is when Mercury in Aquarius trines Jupiter in Gemini. So this is like optimism, open-minded conversations. We also have Mars in Cancer retrograde squaring Chiron and Aries on the same day of February 3rd. So just watch your temper. Try not to get into conversations that are heated. That's also what this Three of Cups back here could be looking at too. So just be careful in conversations, but make sure that you are tapped into what you want. And I do think if you can do that, Taurus, you're going to have a lot better news come in from a career standpoint. Jupiter direct in Gemini on the 4th, Venus enters Aries on the 4th as well. So be prepared for really big shifts here. Once Jupiter direct in Gemini on the 4th, this is when conversations will get larger, bigger. And I do think that many of you all are having some type of happy union in your home. Possibly your spouse gets a new job. Something here really feels like groups of people are celebrating you, or you're celebrating with them. Now, by time we get to mid-February, this is when we have Mercury in Aquarius squaring Uranus in Taurus on the 10th of February. This could be mental nervousness, short focus, and unexpected events in a group setting. I do think that by the time you get to mid-February, some kind of discussion comes up around what do you want to do? Where do you want to go in your career? Remember, this Archangel Jeremiah said time to move in a new direction. I do feel like by time time you get to mid-February, when we have that Leo full moon on February 12th, many of you all are reassessing your goals, figuring out if you really want to stay doing the same thing you've been doing. Many of you all want to branch out onto your own and entrepreneurial efforts. And I do think the Mercury entering Pisces on February 14th is going to be really good for many people. And I do think that you all are like hearing some kind of news from either an old colleague, an old boss could come back and ask you if you would like to join their company. Something here around someone from your past brings you some news. Whew. That's a lot going on, Taurus. So I do think that Ace of Pentacles, like I said, in reverse, is really signaling in this Uranus in Taurus moving direct in your sign. And I do think you all have lots of conversations going on with people around you. So just pay attention to who you're talking to, making sure you're only sharing information with those that you trust, especially here in that last week of January. But by the time you move into February, you all are moving in a great direction. So I can't wait to hear how it all goes. Drop me a comment below. Let me know, what are you looking forward to this month? Okay, you all, I'll talk to you later.